She's so fine. Helluva, blows my mind. Helluva, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Friday, November the 13th, 2020. This video is going to be in regards to the Kenneka Jenkins case, and I wanted to bring this to the channel. It is actually a blog post from 3 years ago. From the username is Awake Parents. It was so well put together that I had to bring it. I just had to. But I want to preface this video by saying this is someone else's opinion. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. I don't agree with everything contained in here. Also, it's from 3 years ago. So there are some things in here that we know to not be the truth. But the reason I'm bringing it is because it's always good to look at someone else's opinion or someone else's viewpoint or someone else's perspective. You don't have to get in your feelings about it. You don't have to, cause a ruckus about it. You don't have to get irate and throw a baby tantrum. It just is what it is. And I think it's great to listen to what someone else has to say. At least see someone else's point of view. So let's get into it. The blog post is titled The Kenneka Jenkins Mystery. Unless you've been living in a cave, you've heard about Kenneka Jenkins Martin from Chicago. She was a 19-year-old girl who went to a party at the Crown Plaza in Rosemont, Illinois. By all accounts, Kaneka wasn't supposed to be at this party, but was persuaded to go by her friend Irene Roberts. It was her 19th birthday. Kaneka died alone in a freezer. She wasn't found for 21 hours. The purpose of this blog is twofold. First, as a parent, I became so involved in why and how this girl died. Second, if there was a plot behind all of this, I wanted to understand why. My desire to see justice sometimes overrides my sensibility. There are countless theories flying around social media. YouTube users have spoken on every theory imaginable. Facebook users are scanning all and every profile ever connected to Kaneka. I've done my best not to fall down the rabbit hole entirely. I am using footage from the hotel, accounts from family and friends to piece this together. Much of the lady's social media have been deleted. There were various screenshots of deleted posts all over Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I won't detail all of that here. Kaneka goes to the hotel room that is filled with about 40 teens and young adults. They had 2 rooms. Several people went live on Facebook during this time. Irene and Ty Rowlands have been the most analyzed and shared. People used software to get clearer images from Irene's sunglasses. They did voice analyzation to clear up the audio. Many said they heard Kaneka being raped during Irene's live video. During the initial look at this case, the fingers all seemed to point to Irene, Monifa, and a few of the guys who attended the party. Some say Kaneka was killed by the men, set up by her friends, killed because of rival gangs. The theories were all over the place. I gave that some thought and let it simmer for a while. Another theory was her mom, quote, sacrificed, end quote, her. This seems very far-fetched to me. I still cannot get on board with that story. One theory that could be almost believable is that the hotel found her and tried to cover it up. Why would I believe this? The area that Kaneka was found in is being leased to the Murray family, Bill Murray of Caddyshack, to open up a Caddyshack-themed restaurant. That means money lost and bad publicity. Additionally, the police told Miss Martin her daughter Kaneka was seen stumbling past the lobby's front desk at 3:20 a.m. Over 36 hours of footage was released, covering the time periods of 9/8/2017 through 9/10/2017. I've watched the lobby videos at least 20 times. There is no 3:20 a.m. There is a 3:19 a.m. that skips to 3:21 a.m. If the police saw Kaneka at 3:20 a.m., why wasn't that specific part released? The timeline of events. Kaneka's mom, Teresa Martin, states that she was going bowling to celebrate a new job at a nursing home. She left home at 11:30 p.m. on 9/8/17. At 12:11 a.m. on 9/9, Kaneka is seen walking through the Crowne Plaza Hotel parking lot with Shemaya Winder, Monifa Shelton, and Abriana Mays. The walk into the hotel at 12:13 a.m. I guess that should be they walk into the hotel at 12:13 a.m. This fits with the length of time it takes to get from Kaneka's house to the Crowne Plaza. Before we begin, there have been many discrepancies around the two different times shown on some videos. There is an upper left time and an upper right time, as well as a time in the middle bottom. I've checked what time the sun rose in Chicago on 9/10/17 and compared it to a video from the hotel. As you can see, the sun rose at 6:26 a.m. If you look at the comparison of 5:26 a.m. and 6:26 a.m., it's clear the upper right and middle are correct. And here is a photo showing the times. It says 6:26 a.m. Sunday, September the 10th, 2017, CDT time, sunrise in Chicago, Illinois. On the video, it says 5:26 a.m. Still dark, upper right, middle right. Let's see. Still dark, upper right, middle bottom. Clocks are right. And she has circled, or he or she has circled that. Or they. It could be a collective effort. Then the next picture says sunrise, 6:26 a.m. September the 7th, 2017, two people arrive at the hotel to book the rooms for the party on the 9th. We have come to find out the credit card was stolen, and there are warrants out for the arrest of the young lady who used the card. Her name is Shaniqua Watkins. Photo below. That's a picture of Shaniqua Watkins. September the 8th, 2017. Kaneka leaves home at 11:30 p.m. She arrives at the Crowne Plaza, approximately 30 to 40 minutes from home, at 1:11 a.m. House is approximately 30 to 40 minutes away. She may have picked up her friends before arriving. And there's this photo, and it shows the time circled on 9/9/2017, 1:13:47. You can see Bree in the front, Monifa behind her, then it's Shemaya, and then it's Kaneka. Irene Roberts goes live sometime during the party. The account of the times she went live aren't set in stone. It has been deleted from the original page. And then it's parentheses, it says Monifa Shelton's Facebook page. We believe she went live a few times between 12:55 a.m. and almost 2 a.m. Kaneka isn't seen in these videos, but you can hear her, allegedly, in the background. Ty Rowland also goes live during the party. Kaneka is seen in this video. We believe he is live closer to 2:30 a.m. Kaneka is standing up wearing the blue jean jacket. Her hair is in front of her. At this point, she is holding her phone. There's that picture that we've seen a million times. Based off of the footage the hotel released to the police, Kaneka was stumbling around the hallways. She is very close to the lobby at many points during the video. Unfortunately, she never makes it to the front of the lobby camera, despite the police claims that she does. You can watch the entire lobby video for that time here, and then there's a link. The story is told that Shemaya and Monifa leave with Kenneka. Kenneka realizes she left her phone inside, so Shemaya offers to go get it. Monifa stays with Kenneka. Shortly afterward, Monifa enters the room alone. When questioned, she says Kenneka wandered off. Most of the group thinks she's, quote, playing, end quote, and don't go look for her. Others do. You can see them walking around from around 3:30 a.m. until almost 5:45 a.m. Here is Bree walking past the very steps that lead to where Kaneka is. That's in the top photo. That's Kaneka in the second photo. And it says 3:26 a.m. I think that goes with the video underneath it. Let me check. No, it goes with that video. Okay, then the next, I say video, it's just a screenshot of the video. Shows the lobby and it shows Monifa and group looking. That's what it shows under the picture here. It says. And then the last picture says Kaneka entering the kitchen. Behind that corner is the freezer. Around 4 a.m., one of the girls called Miss Martin to let her know they've lost sight of Kaneka. Miss Martin says she got herself together. The, quote, friend, end quote, brought her the car, and she went straight to the hotel. She calls the police from outside of the hotel. She tells them she went inside and they could not help her, would not let her view the videos, and told her to file a police report. I understand this. She could have been anyone, and they cannot turn over video files without authorization. You can listen to the 911 call here. Please disregard the officer finding Kaneka in the freezer. Many videos have been edited to add that part in. It happened later. And then there's a link to the 911 call. We see Miss Martin arrive at 6:52 a.m., not at 5 a.m. as she told the media. Why there is such a large time gap, we do not know. Did she drop the friends off at home? If that was your child, would you take the time to go drop people off? That first picture is a picture of Miss Teresa Martin speaking to some people in the lobby. The next picture you can see her by the door. A police report was filed at 1:16 p.m. by Kaneka's older sister, Lenore Harris, on 9/9/17. News reports state that Miss Martin and her daughter, Lenore, returned to the hotel at 6 p.m. and began knocking on doors trying to find out where Kaneka is. It's been said they asked her to leave and began looking at the video footage in earnest. Around 10 p.m., she was notified that Kaneka had been seen in the front lobby staggering. No such footage can be found. We see the police arrive at the hotel somewhere around midnight on the 9th. At 12:24 a.m., which is the 10th, we see a person who is employed by the hotel arrive in the kitchen. We presume he'd been watching the videos and went to look down there. He discovers Kaneka in a freezer and goes to get a police officer. The officer enters the scene at 12:25 a.m. We see the officer get a box of oil to prop the door open. Many were wondering if he was carrying a bag, and if so, why wasn't it in his hand upon return? You see the assistant food and beverage manager in that top screenshot. And in the second one, you see Officer Jerry Walsh. The officer who calls in Kaneka's death says she is, quote, frozen solid, end quote. This will be discussed later. We then see many officers come into the kitchen and begin going to the freezer. Kaneka is pronounced dead at 12:48 a.m. Miss Martin and Miss Harris aren't able to view Kaneka's body until 5:07 a.m. They were told Kaneka was found inside a cooler that housed the freezer. She was in the freezer laying face down. The sister has said her sister looked like she'd been fighting. Her hair was everywhere, and water was all over her head, assuming from the turning off of the freezer. But the sister also said the freezer was warm and there was one ice cube on the floor. So the question is, was the freezer on or off? The reaction of the mom and sister has many questioning what is going on. Both seem to just stare. Perhaps they are shocked. Maybe they've waited all this time and are just exhausted. Maybe something else is going on. We do not know the answers to that. Miss Martin later is interviewed by the media. You can hear that here, and there's a link to that video. 2 videos of the sisters' accounts. There's an article with a video, and then just a video of Lenore speaking. And the links are there. At the top it says photos of the freezer and cooler area, and then there's a picture of the area. Quickly after this interview, a protest began to form, and the story of Kaneka's death went viral. There are Facebook groups with over 30,000 people in them. People were outraged and still are for good reason. This young girl needlessly lost her life. People want to know why. The protests drew almost 2,000 people some days. Then quite abruptly, the protests were called off. The official story is Miss Martin felt that the main protester, Jedediah Brown, had issues with a girl at the protests. Rumors flew. Soon there was a new allegation. The Freedom Fighters, which is Mr. Brown's group, had started a fund to help bail people out because some were arrested, feed them, and help with travel. They contend Miss Martin always knew of this fund. Miss Martin says she didn't, and it's irrelevant, but many times refers to it. Many of the protesters were extremely upset over the canceling of the protests, and they all felt the pressure on the hotel was working, and unedited tapes would soon be released. A few days later, Miss Martin did a Facebook Live video where she strangely says she was advised by activist Andrew Holmes to stop the protests because the hotel was losing money. I find that strange, because isn't that the goal? To financially cripple the hotel until they give you what you've been asking or you've been seeking? In any case, the video was very odd to many. Today the protests continue, but in very small numbers. Kaneka was laid to rest on September the 30th. Her funeral was attended by thousands. On the same day, the long-awaited autopsy came out. You can read it in full here, and then there's a link. This wasn't the first autopsy. We initially heard the autopsy was, quote, inconclusive, end quote. We've also heard that the mom had ordered a private autopsy. We are unable to confirm this. Her alcohol level was 0.112, higher than the legal driving limit of 0.08, and topiramate was found in her system. That is a drug used for epilepsy and migraine preventative drug. Kaneka had neither condition. It is not used for common headaches. Her brain was swollen, but said to have not contributed to her cause of death. I've read that hypothermia can cause the brain to swell, but I've already read cold temps can reduce swelling. She had an abrasion and a contusion on her right leg. The lividity was on her left side, not on her front, which is odd since she was said to be laying face down. The lividity was red/purple. In cases of hypothermia, I've read it should be a bright pink. She died of hypothermia. Her thymus wasn't present. Her kidney weights seemed off for a girl who weighs 159 pounds. Her right middle lobe of her lung was missing. She was missing one shoe. She had both when she walked in, but perhaps they mean she was wearing one shoe. I've got a lot of problems with this case, the story, the behaviors of the mom and the friends. I have tried to consider that they live in a different world. Gangs run rampant, and they've seen a lot. One of Kaneka's brothers is in prison currently. It's rumored another brother is dead, although I haven't confirmed that. Her sister's children's dad was also gunned down. These aren't weak or fragile people. After going through so much, perhaps you become numb to tragedy. I do not know, and I cannot judge them, so I will just say my reaction to this situation would have been much different. Outstanding questions. Number 1. Why wasn't the hotel more careful with the locks on the freezers? Many of the others had locks, but not this one. Number 2. Why wasn't the camera over the freezer working? All of the others leading there were... That doesn't make any sense. How long had it been broken? Okay, let me back that up to number 2. Because I see what I'm not reading it in context. Why wasn't the camera over the freezer working? All of the others leading there were. How long had it been broken? Number 3. If this area was to be rented to the Murray brothers and was under construction, where is the construction equipment? Why wasn't it off limits? Number 4. How did Kaneka's friends, quote, lose, end quote, her in a matter of moments? Number 5. When did they call Miss Martin? 6. Who brought Miss Martin her car? 7. Why did it take so long for Miss Martin to arrive at the hotel? 8. Why wasn't this treated as a crime scene from the moment Kaneka was found? Gloves, tape, etc. Where is the lobby footage from 3:20 a.m.? Number 10. Why isn't the lividity consistent? 11. Where did she get topiramate? Has everyone's medical history been checked to see who had this drug and how she may have gotten it? Let me reread that. Where did she get the topiramate? Has everyone's medical history been checked to see who had this drug and how she may have gotten it? Number 12. All of her friends say she drank 1 cup of liquor, yet her alcohol level was much higher. Possible theories. Number 1. Organ harvesting. Chicago has been involved in some serious organ harvesting scandals, 2014 and 2017. Number 2. Protecting the hotel and the new restaurant. That's money and publicity. Number 3. Mom has been paid off, or will be. Then in parentheses it says, which is why she's staying so silent and peaceful about everything. Number 4. Someone did slip her that drug and hoped she'd be disoriented. Monifa and Shamaya got her out of there before anything happened. But then Monifa somehow lost track of her and she walked into that freezer alone. Number 5. If I were to co-sign any theory that was out there, I'd use this site as my reference. They were on it day 1 and claimed to have spoken to hotel employees. And then it tags Bizarre Daily News out of the UK. Theories that make no sense. Number 1. Friends sold her for $200. Too much involved. We see her walking down the hallway after the live videos. We see her walk through the kitchen. No one in her family has claimed that isn't her in the video, so why are we? Number 2. She died on the 6th, not the 9th? Why hadn't she been reported missing sooner? Where are the posts, searches, police reports from the 6th? Yes, one cousin posts on the 9th at 4:28 p.m. that Kaneka has been missing since yesterday. But it's 13 hours later, so maybe a simple error. Number 3. Her friends set her up because she was prettier. I won't even entertain that. Number 4. Her mom, quote, sacrificed her, end quote. Show me the proof. All I've seen so far are very strange YouTube videos that have no proof and a lot of talking. Number 5. The friends set her up and accidentally killed her. Possible, but think for a moment. How do 40 kids keep one story straight? They don't. They can't. Someone would have talked by now, plus no motive. Number 6. Her friends were involved in the organ harvesting scam. Sorry, but there is no way I am risking my life in prison by hiring a bunch of kids to help me get organs. These kids have nothing to gain by doing this. The theory makes little sense. Number 7. Baby mama, baby daddy drama. Kaneka wasn't supposed to go to the party. If this was a plan to kill her, then it wasn't well thought out. We know that many of the kids in the same crowd have dated or have friends with others that dated their friends/ex-friends. Could it be possible? Sure, but that person would have to have involved 40 others in an effort to cover the murder. Again, I believe in loyalty, but to this level, no. All I can say is I've invested a ton of time into trying to find out what happened to this baby, and I haven't been able to come up with anything solid at all. I don't like to deal with, quote, what ifs, end quote. I need facts, photos, and videos that show me something before I can condemn someone for murder. If you've got solid information, I'd love to hear it. I did call Rosemont PD on Saturday, 10/14. I was told they are still on the case. They haven't closed it and should be releasing info soon. They did not release the info circulating around the internet on 10/13. Then there's a photo, and it says slideshow of photos. Alright, let's go back up here and check out a few of these links. So what I decided to do is just copy the link in the description bar. And that way you can go to it on your own time, on your own accord, and look at the links. Some of them may be broken. I mean, it has been 3 years. So I'm just going to put that description that link in the description box. And then that should take care of that if you're interested in it. But I'm going to end the video here. And this just gives us something to think about, even if it's just how far we've came since this case first started. The things that we have figured out, or the things that we have checked out and found to not be true or to be true. So, like I said, I just wanted to bring this to the channel so that people could hear it from another perspective. So that's all I have, and you guys have a great evening. Thanks for watching.